So now we'll talk about managing conflict. Okay. Again, we are talking about 3 domains: people domain, 8 tasks. First we have discussed. Now we'll talk about managing conflict. What is conflict? Conflict is just a difference in opinion, or it could be any disagreement. Difference in opinion means I want to do it through A, somebody wants to do it through B. I want all the ECO tasks to be in sequence. Somebody says, okay, don't put it in sequence. It's a difference of opinion. When I don't agree with this, then it's a disagreement. When the other person doesn't agree with this, it's a disagreement, right? So how do you manage conflict? By identifying these difference in opinion and disagreements, understanding why it happened, and as a project manager, helping the involved parties reach a constructive resolution that supports the team relationships and project outcomes. So every time you decide on a solution, on how do we handle the conflict, the solution should help the project. Okay, so it is always decided based on the project outcome. So conflict management is understanding the conflict, understanding why it happened, involving people, finding out a solution that is helpful for team and the project. Right? Why is it important? Because if you have difference in opinion, you cannot move towards the same vision. You cannot work in the project. You have to finalize. Right? I'm saying that we will use Microsoft Project as a software. Somebody is saying we'll use Jira. Somebody is saying we'll use Excel sheet. Somebody is saying we'll not use anything. Right? We need to resolve this. Otherwise, how will we work? So managing conflict is definitely important. It helps in preventing the disagreement from disrupting the project work. See, disagreement in itself is not bad. Difference in opinion, having differences in opinion in project is not bad. But it should not disrupt the work itself. Right? So you should be able to manage those disagreements. You should be able to manage those conflicts well. Also, conflict management protects the trust and relationship within the team. Right? When you sit together, when you sit across the table, try to understand why you are seeing this way, why somebody else is seeing something that way, right? Then the trust builds and the relationship within the team also gets built. It also encourages open discussion of different perspectives. Right? People know that yes, we have different perspectives, but we are very open about it. Then it improves the problem solving and decision making. Whenever you are able to discuss among the team members, whenever you are trying to present your point of view, it always helps in problem solving because problems cannot be solved by one person alone. It should always be solved by collaborating, discussing, and then solving it. Right? It also helps in maintaining the collaboration towards project objectives. How should we do that? What should the project manager do? Identify the conflicts first, right? You should be able to see that, yes, people are not behaving well. People are having difference of opinion. People are having disagreement. You should be able to assess the environment and identify the conflicts. Then analyze the context. What is the source of conflict? Why did this happen? Facilitate the discussions. Call the team members who are having conflicts. Discuss why they are saying whatever they are saying. Ask them to bring facts. Discuss those facts and resolve the conflicts. Agree on a resolution. Implement and follow up whether they have implemented the resolution that was discussed or not. Understand the conflict. Analyze why it happened. Discuss with the team. Decide the solution. Implement it.
Analyze this root cause analysis.
Yeah, context would help you in that. So once you understand the context, once you start having a discussion, you will be able to find out a resolution. So what are some of the typical scenarios that you might see in the exam? Okay. One question might say that 2 team members are disagreeing over the best technical solution. One person is saying we should do it this way, other person is saying we should do that way. What will you do? You will facilitate a direct discussion. Call both the team members together. Ask them, okay, why do you think this is better? Other person, why do you think this is better? Let them collaborate, let them discuss and find a solution. So any option that is saying that facilitate the discussion, call a meeting, discuss among both the team members, that would be a better choice. Another scenario, conflict arises because responsibilities are unclear. So you know that there's a conflict and you also know the cause of the conflict. What will you do? You will review the agreed roles with the team. You will look at the documents. What does it say? What are the roles and responsibilities? Then again, clarify it collaboratively. Right? So once you know the problem, understand why it happened, solve it. A
Okay,
team
for
member
matrix,
repeatedly, yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
for number two, you go to the team matrix, huh?
Yeah,
Ratio.
absolutely. Then point three, a team member repeatedly violates an agreed ground rule. So ground rule was discussed. Now the team member has repeatedly violated that. That's what the situation is. What will you do? You will discuss with them first privately. Promptly, of course, you should not delay because it is a repeat violence. So discussed immediately, privately, discuss the agreement, whatever the ground rule was, and decide what should be the corrective action. Right? In PMP exam questions, you will not be required regularly to provide the solution. They will typically ask you, what will you do? How will you solve it? Right? So what will you do? If you see that somebody is repeatedly violating a rule, discuss with them, show them what the agreement is, and then together find out what should be the corrective action. No decision is to be taken here. That will fire them, will not fire them, nothing like that. Right? Yes, there is a repeat violation. We can take some harsh step also, but PMI is not looking for that. PMI is looking for understanding what would you do, what would be your approach towards that. They are not looking for whether you can find a solution or not, whether will you fire them or not. They are trying to understand what will be your approach towards it. So if somebody is repeatedly violating it, your approach would be to discuss with them, understand and reinforce the agreement, and define corrective action. If you see that conflicts are arising because responsibilities are unclear, your approach would be to review the roles and then decide collaboratively. If you see two members are disagreeing about something, have a meeting among them and find a solution. That would be your approach. What would be the solution is different. What would be your approach? That will be tested in the exam. How would you answer the questions? Mindset is address the conflict early as possible. Okay, because conflicts escalate very, very quickly. Right? So you should be able to address the conflicts early. Second, you don't need to immediately resolve the conflict. First, understand the source, the context, the interest. Basically, try to understand why the conflict happened first. Look for a solution that gains commitment from the parties. As a project manager, you should not provide the solution without discussing with the conflicting parties. Even if you think this is correct, don't do that. Discuss with them, tell them this is what I'm thinking. What do you guys think? Agree together collaboratively and then decide. Right? Facilitate and ensure people participate in developing the resolution. Participation is very, very important. Whenever you are planning, solving problem, resolving, you should facilitate. In this case also, if there is a conflict, you must involve relevant people. Not everybody needs to be involved. Relevant people in developing the resolution. The last one, there would be some choices where they would say that escalate to sponsor. It is not generally the first step. Okay. You would escalate only when matter involves ethics, safety, policy, or it exceeds your authority. The question must clearly say that PMI, project manager, has done everything and now still it is not happening. Still they're not able to solve the conflict. Then you will escalate. Okay. So escalation is generally the last resort in the project. Keep these things in mind and it will help you in solving questions related to conflict. Any questions, anyone? Yes, Mansi, please go ahead.
Um, Amit, I have just one scenario-based question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if in a team, if some deadline, in that deadline,
Hmm.
one team member is taking leave simultaneously. So
Okay.
we will first discuss with the team member, and we will give the, we will show the policy of company,
Hmm.
and so after that, shall we give an ultimatum, or how should we go?
If they are repeatedly doing it and you think that they are deliberately doing it, despite you telling them that this is the policy, this is impacting the project, then you can take some harsh decisions also. Okay. But
Okay.
more important would be to understand why they are doing it. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, yes, it is possible to take harsh decision, especially if it is repetitive and deliberate, that you have told them and they're deliberately doing it. Right? So you can take some harsh decisions also. But what is important to know is, why are they doing it? What is the main reason behind it? And it will not happen just by asking that, okay, tell me why you're doing it. Right? You will have to understand it. You will have to connect with that person. You will have to connect with them, understand the challenges that they're facing probably personally, understand them as a person. Right? They might not be willing to talk. They might not be willing to share their personal things. So you'll have to understand really what is happening and then see if you can help. Okay. And if your help is helping resolve the problem, then it's fine. Otherwise, as I said, right, that if it says that, okay, no, you have tried everything and they're deliberately doing it, they want to do it, you can take some harsh decisions also.
Okay.
It's rare. Harsh decisions are rare, but you can take it. In the PMP exam, mostly you will see this is what is happening. That you're
Okay.
discussing with them and trying to understand why it is happening.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
No problems. Any other question, anyone? Okay, if not, then what should you do now? You should go to the PMP mock exam package that you have on our website and try to solve 10 questions from task 1, task 2. 10 questions from task 1 will take you around 10-12 minutes. 10 questions from task 2 will take another 10-12 minutes. So in 20-25 minutes, you will be able to solve this. Try to review those as well. Look at the solution, try to understand why this happened, and note down your doubts. When we meet tomorrow to discuss task 3 and 4, before that, we will discuss your doubts. Okay, I'll very quickly show you where it is so that it is easier for you to understand. Just a second. Right. So when you go to our platform, you will see the courses that you have. Right. Under my enrollment, you will be able to see it. And then you go to, you clicked on the PMP mock exam, right? Here you will have first mini mocks, and then you have task-wise questions. Go to people domain. You will see first task, develop a common vision on the right-hand side. Everybody, you are able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
On the right-hand side,
Yes.
you see the task 1 and then task 2. Click on that, go to the task, complete it. Okay. There will be more questions also, but try to complete 10 questions because you don't have to do 50 questions, 60 questions. Try to do 10 from this, 10 from that. Look at the solutions of those 10 questions. Write down your doubts. Let's connect tomorrow. Discuss those doubts first, and then we'll talk about the task 3 and task 4. Okay. If it is expired, then you will have to renew it. But if you think that no, it should not have expired, it is showing expired, please let me know. I'll check for it. And if it is not supposed to expire, then I'll extend the access. Yes, Venkatesh, you're saying something, please.
Amit, in previous people domain is 14 tasks, right? So now it is
Yeah,
8.
exam has changed.
So now it is 8 only.
Yes. So now there are 8 in people domain, 10 in process domain, and 8 in business domain. So instead of 35 tasks, there will be only 26 tasks. They
Good
have
for us.
consolidated the responsibilities.
Okay. So where will get this PPT for this, what you have shown today, no?
Yeah, the PPT and the reading materials will be shared on WhatsApp. Okay, and I will attach it to this mock exam as well.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
No problems. Any other question, anyone?
Amit,
Yes, please go ahead.
I think I don't have the access to this mock exam.
Yes, because you are supposed to start from 8th. Okay, I'll add that.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Tomorrow we'll be discussing the another 2 tasks, and we'll cover the people domain. Then we'll go to process and business. Thank you so much.